We are entering the twilight zone, a weird world of gloom where many animals have become completely transparent. In this twilight, an animal needs to see, and yet, as far as possible, must avoid being seen. A giant amphipod, 12 centimeters long and almost perfectly transparent. Its head is completely filled by two huge eyes with which it strains to detect its prey. Another twilight monster, Phronima, the inspiration for the Alien movies. She and her developing pink offspring live like parasites in the stolen body of a jelly. This impressive cutlery set and its huge eyes make Phronima a powerful predator. Even really complex animals have become transparent in the twilight zone. Squids are among the most advanced of invertebrates, but this one never meets a hard surface in its entire life, so its body need not be as robust as that of its shallow water cousins. There's a rich variety of jellies that live nowhere else but in the deep sea. Thousands of tiny cilia propel them through a world without walls. Invisible in the gloom, they grope blindly for their prey. Comb jellies let out long, sticky nets to catch passing copepods. But the most extensive death trap is set by siphonophores. This pulsating bell is the head of a colonial jelly that can be 40 meters long. Millions of tiny stinging cells drifting through the sea. These animals would die immediately if brought to the surface in nets, so you can only see them behaving normally from submersibles. Many are new to science. The deep-sea floor is dominated by echinoderms, sea cucumbers, brittle stars, and sea urchins. There are literally millions of them marching across the seabed, hoovering up any edible particles there might be in the sediment. They come in all sorts of shapes and sizes, and though they're very thinly spread, the deep ocean floor is so vast that these are among the most numerous animals on the planet. Their spikes are good for locomotion and defense, but perhaps not quite so good when it comes to mating. Finding a mate in this largely empty sea floor could be a problem. So some urchins stay together in herds to be sure that they're never too far from a potential partner. Rocky outcrops provide good anchorage for animals that rely on food that might drift past. These crinoids, or sea lilies, look like plants but are in fact animals. Their long stalks ensure that their umbrella of feeding tentacles are positioned to best effect in the current. Particles are swept onto the arms and carried down to a mouth in the middle of the umbrella. These sudden movements swat away tiny amphipods that try to steal these sea lilies' captures.